Air, water, earth, fire. For hundreds of years, the four nations have lived in harmony. The Avatar, master of all four elements, has always been responsible for maintaining the peace. But Avatar Roku passed away 13 years ago, and now the four nations look to the air nomads to reveal the next Avatar. But the world is met with silence. 5 young heroes stopped a secret Fire Nation invasion on their way to deliver the news of the air nomad genocide to Ba Sing Se. Now the world knows of the loss of the air nomads, and both the water tribes and the Earth Kingdom prepare for all-out war. But as harmony is dissolved, our young heroes need to address the agitated spirits and bring peace back to the world. Previously on the Flying Bison Podcast.
Our heroes began their quest to bring Iron to justice. The first leg of their journey brought them to Ankara, the capital of the Northern Water Kingdom. On the way, they spied a fleet of Fire Nation ships. On their way to warn the chieftain of the Northern Water Tribe, they ran into some unexpected obstacles.
There is a... Oh my gosh, I just lost it. Welcome to another episode of the Flying Bison Podcast. I was going somewhere with that. I don't know where I was going with that.
You were going somewhere with the phrase, There is a...
I was
didn't
waiting
get very far to where you were going.
I was waiting for someone else to step in. It was like that game where, you know, each person does like one word of a sentence. There's Danny.
You gave us no heads up.
We're team.
Well,
we're supposed to understand these things.
I know. You say I don't need to. I shouldn't have to say, Steve. You should just know what I'm thinking at all times.
You're right.
Where I was going with that was there's a food contest happening in Ankara. The annual Four Nations bake-off, cook-off. I forget what I called it. Four Nations cook-off. When everyone from the Four Nations gathers, competes to a panel of judges to see whose dish is going to win. I love talking about food. What's the most expensive thing you've eaten, and was it worth it?
Expensive as in quality, or expensive as in price? Those are two different things.
It could be anything. It could be you spent way too much on food.
How are those different in California, guys?
Sometimes it's just not good quality. It's not worth the price. So that's why I was asking.
Still
is
expensive.
It like, that's what I'm saying. Like, is it expensive as in quality or expensive as in price? Like,
well, that was my question. That's the follow-up question. Is like, was it worth whatever you paid for it?
Yeah.
I have to say,
the answer for Monroe is no.
Prime rib. Paid. It was way too much for my. I've had good prime rib before for not that much money. But then there's also lobster. I don't know. Yeah, let's go with.
Can I come out with a hot food take?
No,
I won't stop.
I'm really excited for our generation to kill the steakhouse industry. I think steakhouses are the most useless restaurant in the entire world.
Why don't you explain that one? Well, let's hear why.
I am going somewhere. Like, I'm not arguing that the steak isn't a good cut of steak or that it's done well, but I've had just as good steaks at like places that aren't like, we're a fancy steakhouse.
So the specialization is needless in your mind.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It doesn't need to be around.
I think maybe it depends on the steakhouse you're going to. Because I was just going to say the most expensive meal I've ever had was a 28-day dry-aged porterhouse at a steakhouse. It was like $120 for the steak, and everything was a la carte, so I had to pay extra for the sides. It was worth every penny. It was like the best thing I've ever eaten.
Okay. All right.
I'd also
but
argue
you can
that
get
like
that at like McDonald's or
I could get it at McDonald's.
Don't put words in my mouth.
You can get a 28-day aged ribeye from Outback.
like, but
you
really
can
well
just bring
cooked.
it home and age it for 28 days.
Just have it sit on your counter for 28 days.
Meat that is cooked very well and very properly is like an experience unto itself, right?
I didn't
Like,
say it wasn't. I didn't say that that's not worth it. I'm just saying you don't need to go to a steakhouse to get that.
I guess here's
Down
the thing,
with
though. I think
Dakotas.
to
I
Nick's
think a lot of
point,
people would disagree because
to Nick's point, like without it would have cost me more money than I spent on the meal to get everything I needed to make that meal.
Sure.
Oh, wow. Really?
True.
That's rare.
Maybe that's because the steakhouses my family and my grandparents made us go to were the worst. They were just like middle of the line steakhouses.
I think that's the one that you have to avoid, right? Like the bottom of the line is fine because it's not too expensive and they still cook it, right? Because it's not that hard. And then the top of the line, you're getting like aged steak that you're not going to get anywhere else. So it's just that middle part that you lived in and just weren't having fun with.
You know what? Just cut out the middleman and everything everywhere. Like there should be no middlemen, no middle of the line anything. And
we should just
mediocrity is not allowed. You either suck or you're great.
So we should cut out all restaurants then. Just
pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just make them all force them all to make their own food.
Yeah. Okay. Like talking of middle of the line restaurants, sports bars. What's the point of a sports bar?
I hate sports bars.
He's getting heated, all right?
The point is to be completely overstimulated by screens.
Yeah. Do you really want to know the point of a sports bar? Because it's socialization. It's for extroverts who don't have people to watch a game with, and they need to go and socialize while they do it.
That makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah, because you're an
That makes no sense.
Well, as you see, Justin, human beings need a third place to be, to exist.
No, I love third places. I love third places. I want third places to be libraries and parks.
Yeah, but if your favorite thing in the world is beer and football, and you love enjoying those things with other people, a sports bar is one of the most incredible places on the planet.
I can't relate.
Maybe I can't. I just love beer. Of those three things, I love beer, and that's.
There's a new casino in Vegas that they opened up pretty recently. That the selling point was literally just that they have a massive wall of screens for like that's it. Like we're gonna air sports 24/7 on like 3 stories worth of TVs, and that's it.
Amazing.
Talk about like expensive food too. You know, Abby went to Vegas, I don't know, a few months ago, and she texts me and goes, "Look at this Wagyu beef I'm eating." And I'm like, "Would you stop it? Stop texting me pictures of Wagyu beef because I am not there eating Wagyu beef. Stop it." She's like, "Sorry." I'm like, "You're the worst."
Yeah.
The worst.
I'm gonna say it. I think Wagyu is too expensive and
it's overrated.
It's not that good.
It's a little overrated. It's a little overrated.
I mean, the thing is, you can only really eat like a small. It's not like you can. It's overrated. It's what am I trying to get at?
It's underrated. It's middle rated.
It's overwhelming.
It's overrated. It's overwhelming. You can only really have a small piece because of how like fatty
it is.
Rich
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
I think
It's true.
the closest I can find in my head for the criteria of your question is Brazilian steakhouse experience. So like Fogo de Chao in the Midwest. I don't know how popular that is across the US as a chain, like if they have locations West Coast, East Coast, but I brought in a pretty significant coupon, so I had like a half off deal, and so Olivia and I ended up spending maybe $100 or so out the door, and really I think that was worth it just for the garden bar, like just the wonderful bottomless olives, cheeses, meats, fruit, vegetables, salad fixings. It was so wonderful that I didn't need the steakhouse aspect, even though we saved room and we ate it and it was delicious. It's great. It feels kind of empowering to just have like a piece of paper that you flip over and people know to give you more meat.
I wish that existed everywhere. Yeah.
We have one here. Oh, wait. We live in different places. Actually, there's one by you, Justin.
A Brazilian steakhouse? I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's by the airport.
I think he just means
Okay.
the piece of
Oh,
paper
cool.
that makes people bring you more meat.
Oh.
That's what
okay.
I want. I just
I
want
was-
like a green piece of paper that I can just put on my table, and someone will come into my house and bring me meat.
Just immediate delivery. You know, Amazon's working on that, actually.
the Brazilian steakhouse side of Amazon.
Don't
Yeah, they
let
just
them have
break
that.
into your home and then just give you meat, you know?
Hey, as long as they bring the meat, you're fine. Come on in. Sit down. Have some with me.
I will only accept an Amazon meat delivery from Jeff Bezos himself,
Hey, there you go.
Just tell
so
Rio
that I
it's a
can
game.
end him.
I was about to say, yeah. I don't know why we did this. We ordered, like, have you heard of Gold Belly? It's this, like,
Burger place?
It's like an online thing, and you can order food from like famous places. So like you can order like the bows from David Chang's restaurant, Momofuku, and like you can get all these like really famous chefs' meals delivered to your door. And we ordered a lobster roll from a place in Connecticut, like apparently a really famous place in Connecticut. And
While you were in Chicago?
While we were in Chicago.
Uh-huh.
And in terms of like price, it wasn't like the most expensive thing I've ever eaten, but it felt so expensive because of how tiny these freaking lobster rolls were.
Yeah, the payoff.
And they
is
weren't
not-
even that
yeah.
good.
Mm.
They were just okay.
Well, they,
So-
What
but
kind
they're
of,
from Connecticut to
Wait,
Chicago.
so
that
they're-
might be
they're
part of
shipped
it.
from.
I know it.
Yeah,
100%
like, did they
is.
shrink in like the
No, they
Well,
like. So
with
the
like
weird
vacuum
thing,
sealed, so they
no,
shrunk
no.
in the process or something.
It was actually like surprisingly fresh, which was the craziest thing. It was actually really fresh. It was just tiny and was just okay.
I have
What style lobster
suspicions.
rolls?
Yeah, what
So
is
they gave you they have this little card that walked you through the different ways that you could make it. You know, you can make it where you like saute the lobster in butter, or you just pour it over.
Oh,
Are those the two
so
like
it was
main
like a build
ways?
your own.
No,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
actually
it's
a
just
third
all
way.
Well, there's
components.
Connecticut
I
style
see,
or
okay.
Maine style. So cold in mayonnaise or hot butter,
Mhm.
I think is what
Yeah,
it
so
says.
I did the one with butter because why would I eat a cold mayonnaise lobster roll when I could eat?
They're surprisingly good.
They're not bad, but I prefer the Connecticut way. So
the like one moment where I'm proud to be from Connecticut?
right?
I'm like, oh, this is something I'm proud of that relates to my state.
It's the one thing. All
We
right,
have
it's
nutmeg.
nutmeg and lobster,
And crime.
nutmeg lobster, and crime. Fun.
hey, we got that everywhere. All right, let's not.
Ankella's got two of those things. They've
Nutmeg and
got
crime.
probably some sort of lobster, nutmeg and crime. Maybe all three. Let's find out. Maybe tonight we'll find all three things here at Ankella. But you arrived in the capital of the Northern Water Tribe. Had to go through a security check with the police chief captain, and he asked each of you one question, and then let you all go in. And on your way, you found out that there's this annual Four Nations cook-off happening. There are no airbenders. Osa tentatively signed up and said, maybe I'll show up, maybe I won't. And then you went to the palace of the chieftain of the water tribes. And when you got there, you discovered that the secretary, who was trying to find out why you were there, when you told her that you were there to warn the chieftain of the water tribes about Project Spark and undercover people, she revealed that she is actually, in fact, one of these undercover agents. You've got to figure out how to get past this secretary. She has just walled off the exit to outside of this palace. What are you going to do?
Jay's like cute, and he stomps on the ground and like shoves his fist outwards to like do like a rocket launch towards it, and just nothing happens. Oh yeah,
There's just ice.
yeah.
She says, it is cute, and she kicks her foot down, and Chae gets encased in ice.
Rosa goes, I don't think that's very cute, Madam Secretary. And then he's going to he brings out 2 firewalls, like going out in like a V formation away from him, something he does a lot, towards her. And then
So, like,
no, actually
cut him off.
Yeah, just sort of cut him off. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you rely on your skills and training?
Mayhaps I will. Okay, here we go. I am relying. That is a 9.
All right. On a 9.
Do it imperfectly.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I only like doing things perfectly.
The wall you make, Danny, is a little bit too big. So the consequence, unless you mark 1 fatigue and sort of like actually push yourself to like call down this firewall you've made, is that it will start actually melting a number of the like icicles in the roof of this palace, and they'll start falling down.
I don't like that, so I'm gonna mark a fatigue
That's a good
and
call.
avoid that.
Yeah, that's a
So
good
yeah,
call.
Rosa kind of sees that risk. He's like, "Ee," and he sort of holds back a bit and smallens the wall.
And spawns. What do the rest of you do?
De-larges. So to clarify, this wall of fire has somewhat isolated her, correct? On either side.
Yeah.
It hasn't entrapped us with her surrounded by fire. Great. Thanks, Rosie. Ren sprints alongside one of the firewalls, trying to get closer to her. And if the firewall is de-larged or ensmalled enough, Ren will somersault over the top of it,
Why don't
coming
you,
down, hopefully in the form of a... What's the best way to describe this? An aerial pinpoint attack using chi blocking.
Why don't you push your luck for me?
I will happily do that.
Oh,
Full hit. 10.
A full hit.
Take that, Danny.
Whoa, what?
Just kidding. You just rolled a 9 and then I rolled a 10, so that was just kind of like a resurgence of middle school.
A literal 1-up. You literally 1-up.
A literal 1-up. You all see this firewall shoot out from Rosic, and without hesitation, Ren just runs down the length of one of them, kicks off the wall, and somersaults over the top of the firewall. And Ren, once you get over, you can see this person now. She was waiting for you to come in. So, or at least someone to come through.
Oh, no.
So these ice shards just get quickly shot at you. And I would like for you to mark a condition.
Okay. My condition of choice is afraid.
Afraid. These icicles hit you, and thankfully your warrior training kicks in and you kind of roll with it a little bit and roll into it. You land, pop back up, and hit this person with your chi blocking. And you see their limbs and their legs just collapse, and they kind of fall down to the ground.
Yeah. She's fast. Ren steps back to assess how successful he was. Does it seem like she can still muster an attack?
No, she's just laying on the ground now.
That was my first time using chi blocking in combat.
Well,
do I get to do anything with that?
We're kind of not in exchanges.
You get to fist pump.
Yeah.
What if I'm like, wait, what if I like give you your arm back? Can you hit me?
So
the exchanges, I'm gonna try and get better at this too this season. The exchanges are for important fights. So the 5 of you up against one secretary, not really that important. We can figure out things with the basic moves just fine. It's when the exchange is narratively important to what's going on that we're gonna go into the exchange mode. But with that being said, we can play around with the learn practice thing. Let me think about it, Steve.
That's fine. No rush. I just wanted a chance to noodleify somebody.
Oh, you did.
She's noodleified?
She's noodleified.
Now that she's
Ren turns around towards the group. Do you lower the firewall?
Yeah, Rozak? I'll lower Rozak lowers the firewall.
And once the firewall is lowered, Ren is just standing there with arms open wide and with a noodled person behind him.
Rozak gives Ren a thumbs up and then runs over to his brother who's encased in ice.
Yeah.
And then
Ren, that was awesome. I'd give you a thumbs up if I could.
And Rozak he begins melting the ice.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it might be fat. Leeko, could you just Yeah,
Leeko, can you just water? Can you in water this ice? Can you waterify this ice, please?
Yeah, I gotcha. So, let's have. Yeah, I'll just do that.
Yeah, you just do it.
I was gonna say, Osa, now that she's noodled, just walks over to her and crouches down next to her, and so he's kind of crouched, so his face is just right over her face, and just says, "So you're gonna help us now, right?"
And her face is catatonic.
Ren, I think you killed her.
What? No, that's not supposed to happen.
Ren, did you kill her?
I mean, look at her.
Ren,
I think she's dead.
Hardcore.
She's breathing. Up. Yeah, she's breathing.
I know it looks like she's breathing, but Ren, I think you killed her.
That's not.
No, I know.
You went through that. You should know.
I don't.
That's not how
I didn't get to see it. I didn't see me after.
True.
I don't know what I was doing.
Okay, Ren,
Fair.
wake her up.
Can you unnoodle?
I don't really know how to do that part yet.
Just do the same thing you did to her last time, but reverse.
No, sorry, there's no god in Avatar, huh?
Unpoke her. Oh my Rava, you guys.
Yeah, oh my Rava.
I don't think we know about Rava.
You wouldn't know about Rava.
Oh my Avatar.
Not a god.
Oh my lion turtle.
It would be some
spirits.
epithet to a spirit. Yeah, it'd be a spirit.
Spirits.
Yeah.
We're just
Sorry, we don't have to get into it.
Let's get into it. Let's get into the cosmology of the Avatar universe.
We've already started. We might as well continue.
Yeah, we really need to establish a hermeneutic to understand the frameworks that they.
Ren walks over to the freshly noodled person.
Wait, we should tie her up first?
Oh, okay, right.
I am particularly useless here, guys. I'm going to be honest with you.
You can tie knots.
You have those crystals, right?
There's no earth here. Oh, yeah, I guess I can.
You have your crystals, yeah.
I do have all the supplies. Oh, yeah.
She encased you in ice. Why don't you encase her in crystal?
Well, I don't want to use up all my crystal. I'm just going to... I have rope.
Oh, you can't take it after.
Me too. Ren ties her up. Okay, I haven't done this before. But if you want, I'll try to bring her back a bit. And Ren just pokes her a ton.
So messed up.
This is the technique, Monroe.
She is, yes.
Leeko, this is the technique. What do you want me to do?
So I'm going to take off my shawl or something, and I'm going to fold it up and put it underneath her head.
Okay.
You guys are the worst at taking care of anybody.
Well, she's taken care of in the sense of the word, right?
We took care of that pretty bad.
She was trying to fight us, and then we
took care of it.
But now you need something from her. Okay, you know what? It's fine. We're not going to get into it. That's the thing for the day.
Let's just bring her. We should find the chief. He's got to be in here somewhere, right? The chief is. This is the palace. We should bring her. Wait, no, that looks bad, doesn't it?
Can you tie her up first?
She's tied up.
She is tied up.
Oh, she is? Okay.
Yeah, Ren's got that.
So, Justin, we had asked about Iron, right? And then she was like, ah ha ha!
No.
Is that what happened? No.
We said we are here to do three things. Talk about somebody we're hunting down, and warn or tell the king that the airbenders have been killed by the Fire Nation, and that there are also Fire Nation agents who have like moved in and throughout the other two nations. And then she was like, I knew about those things because I am. And then so that's just a recap for posterity.
The thing that just happened.
Danny's version better.
It's funny that you mentioned trying to find the chieftain as well too, because you hear from like down the hallway, what is going on in hello?
And starts frantically poking the person. It's like, wake up.
Ren, that looks worse. Stop.
Around the corner comes this pretty tall, muscular, older gentleman. He's got like shaved sides on the left and right, and then like a ponytail, like a short ponytail on the top. He looks not like old, but he's getting up there. He still looks like he might be able to fight and do whatever. He goes, "Are you tying up my secretary? That what is?" And he like gets into a fighting stance.
Wait,
she attacked us,
and I'm just supposed to take your word for that. That I can call some guards in just a moment. You're gonna have to talk real quick if you want to get out of this one.
Okay, that's my specialty. So we were sent here by the Earth King to tell you about an invasion of the Fire Nation, where they assaulted the air nomads. All of the air nomads are dead, except for this guy, and he was already dead once. That was the whole thing. Then we had to fight there's this fire. There's the Project Spark, right, which was originally led by my father, but now it is not. It is an organization that is infiltrating both the Earth Kingdom and your nation to have Fire Nation agents in there. Did I miss anything? Oh, also we're here to hunt she's one of them, and we're here to hunt a criminal who may or may not be a part of that organization.
She's alive.
We got one.
She's alive. I just blocked her chi.
Yeah, she's fine.
Chae, why don't you plead?
Okay. Never using the computer dice again. I got a 5. It's a 6 minus 1. Not very harmonious.
That's what you said last time you used the computer dice, Nick.
Yeah, I know.
It's hard to quit.
You know, I think I just gotta follow what would make the most sense. I think he stares at the 5 of you kids for a few moments and looks at his, from his perspective, unconscious secretary at your feet and just goes, guards! And a number of guards come rushing into this area.
A number?
A number. I'm not putting a number on it.
Okay.
Group. Danny, just move past it. That's all right.
A large contingency of guards at the behest of their leader come into this area.
That's to arrest her, right? She's a traitor.
Guards, until I can get to the bottom of this, I'd like for you to put everybody here in custody, please.
The mission we have is very time sensitive. If you could just...
Well, then I will come down there in a little bit, but for now you are going to have to wait.
Did it seem like he was on the edge in any way of believing Chae?
I think the fact that he is also arresting and putting the secretary in custody is a clue that, you know, he's not unwilling to hear you out. But he just doesn't have enough evidence right now to be able to make a decision.
That's fair.
I have a couple things that I need to take care of. I will come find you and talk to you when I have a moment.
Oh, that's the chieftain.
Yeah.
Yes. And the
Thank you,
chieftain of the
sir.
water tribes. Don't thank me just yet.
Okay.
Take him away. And the guards lead you out of a side exit. And actually, he leads you back to the where you were interrogated by the police chief captain. And the guards put you in jail, and he just is like, he's eating the food that he was eating. He goes, Well, we're gonna brought you back here,
Oh, not this guy again.
Yep.
Guess I shouldn't have let you in. There, huh?
No, it was a good move on you. We're trying to save your people.
No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that at all.
No, you don't. Until your chief comes and verifies, I guess.
Well, I guess I'll just keep an eye on you then until he comes.
Do you have any Uno cards?
Let me shuffles around in his desk. Oh, I got this Uno. It's missing all of the green cards and all of the 2s.
That's very regular. That will work fine. Anyone want to play 3-color no 2 Uno?
I've lost my taste for Uno, if I'm being honest. Someone else can play.
Oh. We're going to be here a while.
I'll play Uno with you, Red. I'll play Uno with you.
Don't do it.
Thanks, Rozek.
Yeah, no problem.
Do you have a harmonica?
I think the last tenant of that cell had a harmonica. Let me see if I can. All right, here it is. There you go.
Was that a harmonica?
I don't know how to do a harmonica with my mouth.
It's the only way to do a harmonica.
No. Where's this going? Keep going for it, Steve.
That was Blues by 5. You should feel grateful. Thank the spirits, Danny.
So thankful.
I would do more, but I am in a house that is not my own at 2 a.m. my time. So I'm a little worried about me doing a harmonica solo right now.
You can't shout. It's true. Does anyone do anything while they are stuck in ice prison?
Ren alternates between playing a very sad bluesy harmonica tune and playing Uno when others will play with him.
Of course.
Osa finds as quiet of a corner as exists in ice prison and just sits down to meditate and kind of see if he can get any insight on what to do about all of this.
Leeko just lays down, listening to the tunes, trying to keep herself calm.
How long has Ren known how to play the harmonica?
There are many things you don't know about me, Rozek.
Oh my gosh. Justin, were there a lot of people around watching when Rozek had put up his firewall, or was it basically just...
There were not, no.
Okay,
it's just the secretary.
Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Ren finds a 2 in the Uno stack and is like, "This is unacceptable," and throws it through the bars.
Thought I took all the 2s out. All right, let me grab that. He shreds
Took
it.
them out?
I mean, no.
I'm not even...
Whatever. This guy's weird. Now we can play no 2 Uno.
Some moments pass, and then the door opens, and the chieftain you saw walks in. All right, I'm gonna need a room.
Okay.
And Ren switches and lets him get behind the bars and closes the gate.
I was not talking to any of you. I was talking to all of these fine people here.
Oh,
and
never
Captain
mind.
Picard goes, all right. Okay. I'll head out. He stumbles off of his chair and waddles out. And this entire time, his secretary has still been unconscious. And he goes, "Why did you attack my secretary? What did you do to her?"
I blocked her chi because she belongs to Project Spark.
Also, it's important to clarify that she attacked us, not the other way around.
Do you have anything to prove that? At this point, it is your word against her unconscious word. So
Ren looks around and carefully counts how many friends are there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 witnesses.
Right. Well,
I got an idea. I can prove without a doubt that she is a secret member of this organization. We have a call sign. The first half of it is the fire that waits, and the response for the other person is scorches the earth. Move us to a different cell, have her be alone in this room, have someone come in, say the first half of the call sign, right? To pretend to be like their Project Spark member, getting in here to help her. And then she'll say the second half and prove that she is an enemy of your state.
why don't you plead again?
Please.
It's a really good plan, Chae.
Thank you. So -1, 10. I rolled an 11.
Oh, wow. Nice. He stares at you with these, like, piercing eyes. I don't know why, but I feel like you're telling me the truth.
It's because I am.
All right, we'll try it your way. And he walks out, and the guards come in, and they escort you to another cell. And, I mean, you wouldn't see this, so time passes. And then eventually, the chieftain comes back in. Tell me again what you're doing here.
We're here to tell you that the Fire Nation has slaughtered all of the air nomads, that they are coming to attack you, and that they already have operatives here under an organization codenamed Project Spark.
Every one of them will respond to this call sign?
Yeah, if it hasn't changed.
Well, the Northern Water Tribe owes you its thanks, and he unlocks the door.
Cool. Actually, we need a favor, because there's something else we're here to do that I forgot to mention there. We're here hunting we're here to tell you that information, to share it from the Earth Kingdom, but also we're hunting a fugitive, a very dangerous man who goes by the name of Iron. We think last our connections know he was in your city, or sighted in your city, and we really need to find him before he does something terrible.
Wait, hold. You're from the Earth Kingdom?
Yes.
Why would the king just share this information? Did he expect you to get anything from me? What is he planning?
Well, his kingdom almost fell, so he's kind of turned over a new leaf.
So they're weak right now, is what you're saying.
Are you going to try to fight him? Because the Fire Nation's going to attack you, and you're going to also try to fight the Earth Kingdom right now?
I am not talking about an all-out war. That would be foolish. I'm just collecting the information.
Well, the Earth Kingdom has already removed the Project Spark operatives there, so they're probably in better standing than you are, because you have at least your secretary and probably a lot more somewhere in the city and incorporated throughout your military and, your policing force and whatever else you got. I don't know how you organize your society.
Well, now that we have this information, it should be pretty easy to weed out these people.
Hope so.
Oh no, it'll be very easy. We have a number of people I trust that can probably take care of this in a day or two.
That's sufficient.
To be clear, the Earth King didn't send us.
Ah, all right.
And before you make any foolish decisions about, geopolitical mistakes, they're already consolidating power because the Fire Nation's attacking. So they're on guard. They're on high alert. And now's the time for the rest of the world to stand together.
I'm not planning to attack the Earth Kingdom.
Your questions just made it seem that way.
I understand. You have a request of me, a favor to ask?
Yeah, we're hunting an older gentleman by the name of Iron. That's what I said. He's somewhere in your city, maybe. Well, he might be gone already, honestly, but we need to find any sign of him and track him down if we can.
Yeah, why don't you plead again?
2.
Man, the rest of us wouldn't even be able to help that into success, even if all of us mark fatigue.
I know.
We can't get that to success.
Ren just shakes his head.
That was a really, never mind.
Look, if I had any information about this Iron, I would share it with you as a thank you. Unfortunately, I do not know who you're talking about. This city, though, has been quite busy for the last few days with this cook-off. Perhaps one of the contestants saw this Iron. You could ask around some of the booths, see if anyone knows anything.
All right, well, as long as we have your permission to investigate, we appreciate that.
You have as much power as I can give you without being official delegates of the Northern Water Tribes.
I'll take that.
Do I get a badge?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay.
But do
Thank
I
you.
get a badge?
No, absolutely no. None of you are
Okay,
going to
none
get
of
a
it.
badge at all.
Can I get like a cool hat?
Okay, we're
You
sorry.
already
to
have a cool hat.
Take this up here.
Uh,
We'll be going now.
One last thing. I did see that there were some puddles of water in our reception room, so if there are any firebenders among you, let me know now. You have done us a service.
Rosa kind of like looks around like, what, firebenders? Here? Oh, that's...
My brother is a firebender, but he was born in the Earth Kingdom.
It's unfortunate. Do your best not to bend when you're here, and do you have any waterbenders with you as well?
Why does that matter?
He looks at Leeko, just curious.
Yeah, I'm a waterbender.
You would also be foolish to bend in front of people here. We don't accept female waterbenders here in the Northern Water Tribe.
Unless they're healers, correct, Chieftain?
Correct. Can your friend heal? Can you heal?
Can I, Justin? I don't think so, right?
Uncharted territory for you.
I think I tried once. I don't think I was
Can do like the
successful.
super opposite.
No.
No, but I can bloodbend. Would you like to see?
Just completely terrify this chieftain. Make it known that Leeko is one of the most powerful waterbenders in the realm in like a few seconds.
While my attitudes towards firebenders and female waterbenders is in line with the culture of our people, you have done us a favor, and I have agreed to let you go. If you bend in public, either of you two, I will have no choice but to put you away or exile you from Ankela, never to return. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
It's okay, guys. Not bending is actually okay. Just look at me.
It's some good growth, Ren,
Well-
but this is kind of dumb.
Thank you for the warm welcome, sir.
It's incredibly cold here.
Yeah.
That is true.
That was the joke. That was the.
This- You have a great sense of humor. Let's go, guys.
Jay will stop in the door. It'll be the last, and he'll turn and he'll say, when the Fire Nation comes for you, and you let half of your bending force sit in the back lines, and your walls come down, pretty sure you're going to wish you had some female waterbenders out there. And then he'll just leave.
Always gotta get the last word in, Chae.
Have to. Really has to.
Ren pops his head through the door just after that and goes, "Blam!" and then leaves.
Throws the last two from the Uno deck at him as he leaves.
Water Tribe out.
Water tribe out.
All right.
We're led by a female waterbender, so take that.
Kind of addressing the rest of the group as it goes, well, looks like we're going to enjoy the rest of our time here.
This place sucks.
Yeah.
It's
I am
freezing
not having
cold.
fun.
I haven't felt my fingers the entire time we've been here. And the people suck. Everything about this place sucks. Let's find Iron and get the heck out of here. I don't want to be here anymore.
I can start asking around. Should we split up?
I mean, with how progressive this place is, I feel like I should probably travel with a male. Anyone want to come with me?
Yeah, I'll go with you. Well,
You can go with her, Chae.
that's not the warmest.
It's okay. It's fine. If you don't want to, I can go with Ren.
No, I would like to, I question our ability to connect with these people if it was just us. Maybe we could like intimidate it out of them. Yeah, let's go. We got this.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and try and talk to some of the contestants, see if I can enter that contest.
Trying to win it all, Alyssa, or just
Well, I have an idea for your nation dish I can make though. And
All right.
talk to some people.
Ren, Rozak, where are you going?
Wait a second. Pangole said that Iron loves the theater. Rozak, do you see anything around here? Like I don't know, a theatrical procession, some part of the festival where there's a booth with some acting?
Justin,
Rozak.
what do we see?
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, there's there's actually like as a part of, it's a giant festival. There's actually a section where there's a number of waterbenders teaching people like a traditional waterbender dance. It's very like graceful and flowy, and it's really beautiful. They've actually got like a bunch of like fountains that the waterbenders are using to like pull water from as they're moving, but the fountains are also like squirting water on their own as well too, in this like beautiful like lit choreographed scene. And then every now and then they'll like pull up someone from the crowd to like dance with them, and if they're not a waterbender, the waterbender like will be behind them pulling the water around so it looks like they're bending water to this music.
Oh, I've always wanted to do something like that, Rozak. You think we should try it?
Well, let's check it out.
Ren tries to do the moves with the crowd, pressing further and further towards the front and hoping to be picked.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
What's Rozak doing?
Rozak is standing more off to the side, just because he's sort of observing everyone, looking for anyone that maybe looks like Iron.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you assess the situation,
All right.
Rozak?
Good thing my creativity is a whopping 0. That's a 4.
That's a 4. Okay.
That's a 4.
Escalate to violence. No. Rozak, you're looking through the crowd, and you spot someone also that is walking through the crowd. And just for a glance, it looks like Dosa. And this figure keeps walking through the crowd, walks down a street, and turns into an alley.
Rozak, after he sees them turn down this alley, Rozak will sort of follow after, and he'll just look around the corner, like peek around the corner.
You see a figure. Their back is turned to you. They're still walking down this alleyway. There are a number of other people walking the other way too, but that figure is wearing like a like one of those waterbender like parka. Yeah, it's got the fur and it's blue and whatnot. And this figure is just walking away down the alley.
Rozak keeps tailing them, trying to not remain unnoticed by them while he's telling them.
There is a moment when this figure turns the corner and you're trailing it and you see the face, and it's not Dosa anymore. It just looks like the face of someone from the Northern Water Tribe.
Rozak kind of rubs his eyes a little bit and just focus Rozak, and he just turns around and runs back to he left Ren.
And at this point, Ren, you've pushed up to the front and they're calling for another volunteer. Does anyone want to try? Anyone want to give it
Ren is jumping perfectly vertically with both hands raised because he doesn't know the proper custom to raise your hand or identify that you're a volunteer in this culture.
You can just raise your hand like a normal person.
Yeah. Oh, but puts down one hand.
Yeah, put down. Come up here.
Okay, I'm ready.
Why don't you? Do you know what's fun?
What's fun?
Well, let me ask. You know what's fun? Just this game. I love playing this game with you guys.
Aw, Justin.
So fun.
Steve, tell me, do you think Ren, like, how familiar do you think Ren would even be with this sort of, not even just like dancing in general, but like even the specific moves for this dance?
Not necessarily familiar, but familiar with the prospect of like following along with someone who's doing a bunch of complicated movements. Absolutely.
Ah, sure. Okay. Yeah,
It's
I like
just
that.
it's just like learning fighting in a group of
Yeah.
Kyoshi warriors,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Well, I think this is one of the first times that we've used rely on your skills and training. It says when you rely on your skills and training to overcome an obstacle, gain new insight, or perform a familiar custom. I think this might be the first time that we've used it in like a cultural sense, which is fun. Why don't you roll to rely on your skills and training?
Okay. 8, a hit.
Okay. You are pretty quickly picking up the moves. There is a moment, though, where you make a misstep, and if you don't mark a fatigue to kind of correct yourself quickly, you're going to tumble into one of the fountains.
Uh-oh.
And Ren struggles to course correct. Mark of fatigue.
It's okay. Just, you're doing pretty good. Yep, you caught yourself. Good job. Keep going. And the person behind you is like bending the water. I have to know, like, in this moment, like, how is Ren feeling? Like, as you're making these movements, you're watching these waterbender movements.
Yes.
And it's got to be the weirdest thing to see the water almost kind of responding to what you're doing.
I didn't think it would be like this.
Ren's eyes are a little misty, and he's smiling broadly as he continues the flowing forms.
And the music finishes, and all the performers take a bow, and the crowd starts to disperse.
Ren goes to find the leader or facilitator of this show.
Yeah, it is. It's a woman. She's got like stark white hair that's down in a braid down her back, and those two loops.
That was wonderful.
Oh, I'm glad you had a good time, dear.
How does somebody start the theater? Like, for a living?
Well, it takes a lot of work. It takes most of your life, in fact. I have been doing this for, probably longer than you've been alive.
I bet you're correct.
You're what, like 12?
That's okay. So if I were to give you a script from a well-known playwright in the Earth Kingdom, do you think you could put something on sometime?
Depends on if the script is good.
You could check it, of course.
Well, then, let me read the script, and I will let you know. I'm Linu of the Northern Water Tribe. What's your name, young whippersnapper?
I'm Chen.
Ah,
Nice to meet you. Linu?
yes. Good to meet you too, Chen. Do you have the script with you, or...?
Oh, it was hypothetical. I don't have a script yet, but I'll get in touch with that famous writer in the Earth Kingdom. And if I get a script, then great.
What's the name of this famous writer? I'm pretty familiar with most of the artists around the Four Nations.
Well, she's more up and coming, but her name is Ho Gulang.
I don't... Well, now, why don't you try and trick?
Okay. All right. Let's trickety trick. 7 to hit.
All right. I think you gotta pick one.
Let's see.
They stumble take +1 forward against them. They act foolishly. GM tells you what additional opportunity they give you, or they overcommit and they're deceived.
No, for some time. I think I need her to overcommit.
Okay. And Linu does that thing that like everyone does when they want to make it seem like they've heard about whatever the person's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go long. Oh, yes. I think I've seen a couple of her plays here in the Northern Water Kingdom. She wrote The Earthquake Shatters.
That's right. The Earthquake Shatters.
Yes, yeah. Oh, beautiful.
That was groundbreaking.
Character development was incredible on that one.
Danny just straight up said, I hate you.
Rozak said that.
Rozak comes into the scene at just this moment and hates Ren.
I hate you.
If you can get a script by Hogo Long, 100%, we would absolutely put it on for you.
Yes, there's I remember the title of it. If it sounds intriguing to you, I can get my hands on it. It's called The Last Lion Turtle.
Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, yes. Yes, I think if we were to put that on, that would be far interesting. Yes.
It is far interesting.
And Ren leaves.
So, fun fact, I thought the word gulong sounded familiar. Gulong means old in Tagalog.
Ah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's fun.
So her name is Ho Old.
She goes, Linu goes, all right, we'll be waiting here. And she hands you like well, actually, she would be like, where? And she points to this like elaborate cathedral-looking building. It's got like the top of it is like this beautifully ornately crafted like ice clock, almost like a snowflake, like a giant snowflake on top of this tower in this cathedral.
That's beautiful. Is that where you'll be?
Thank you. Yes, that is our theater. Mm-hmm. Yes, I made that.
I don't even know what to say, so I'm gonna go now. That's amazing. Bye. Okay, Rozak, I have a plan.
Oh, did you find him?
No.
Did you find it?
No, but I danced. It was great. Also, waterbending is cool. Also, I need to write a play under the pen name Ho.
Is this plan useful? Is this going to help us find Iron?
I'm kind of insulted that you, of all people, are asking me if my plan is useful.
I'm kind of insulted that you're insulted. Never mind.
We can both apologize later for feeling insulting. Okay.
Yes. I'm sorry.
So I think I should write a play called The Last Lion Turtle because Iron loves theater and that could get his attention.
He loves theater and he hates lion turtles.
The first part, yeah. So I think it could really draw him in. What do you think?
Maybe, what if he auditions? That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Because
this is why I was insulted.
See, I didn't think the plan would be useful until you expanded upon it, and I really think if you just let me like tag team this plan with you, that we can really like make it come to fruition.
That's a great idea. I'd love for you to take that energy and kind of direct it into the part B of the plan after my part's done. That way it's a real tag team. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. No, yeah.
Okay, cool. So we can talk about part B after part A is done.
Actually, I already have a plan in my book called part B.
Very good. Save that. Keep that there, and we can look at that later when the time comes. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, yeah.
Other than that, I guess we should probably just go talk to people because that might be faster than writing a whole play. But
yeah, I was going to say, doesn't it take people like a long time to write those?
Usually, yes.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
And as you walk off, awkwardly to begin questioning people, we cut to Chae and Leeko as they are trying to figure out what to do next.
Well, I do want to just say that I like how we've all learned how to communicate with Rozuk. After one whole season, we've all figured out how to plan things out with him.
Ren's been watching Chae just work that magic every day for months.
He's not a force that you stop. You just kind of like direct, just and we're over here now.
Beautiful.
What's the thing when an immovable force? What is that?
Immovable force meets an unstoppable object.
Yeah.
I think
Or immovable object meets an unstoppable force.
Yeah.
Rozak has yet to meet his immovable object.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh man, why'd you even say that?
Someone with just as great plans as Rozak. Chae and Leeko, you were on a row, and lined on each side are a number of food merchants. They all look very frantic as like some of them are cooking. All of them have lines of people waiting to come up to the front and buy something from them.
I wanted to try something, but these wait times are a little ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Do you even think we'll be able to talk to anybody? It seems like everyone's just a little preoccupied right now.
It is a festival. Also, honestly, I feel like if we walk you around enough, eventually Iron will just come to us.
Oh, I got it. The bait. Okay.
Not bait. It's like the inevitability. Fine. Like if he sees you, he'll like do something.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do something more obvious. Like I could just ride Rue around and see what happens.
That's like too obvious, right? He's gonna be wary of that at that point.
That's true. Okay. So we'll just walk around.
Well, we can enjoy a festival, or we can, rough someone up if you really want to. I'm down for either.
I don't think I want to rough someone up for no reason.
Fair.
Yeah. So what do you like to eat?
Well, I like to eat Fire Nation food, and a lot of this is very different than what I'm used to. But I like trying stuff. Sometimes it goes poorly. There were those cabbages. Those didn't go over well.
Well, I don't think there's a cabbage in sight, so I think we're okay. They can grow here.
Yeah, the other thing is the lines. Hey, so you kind of recapped us with all of the stuff from, Pangoli and the White Lotus. But, so, yeah. And I was just wondering how you're doing with all of that.
I am learning to take one day at a time.
That's all we can do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You want to get something to eat?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that right now.
And then we'll stand in line next to each other. And let's play it out every second of it.
We'll just, Yep.
It's actually funny, the line you're standing in, this is a Four Nations cook-off, so there are actually some firebenders here. They're not firebenders, but they're Fire Nation citizens. And because war hasn't broken out completely yet, it's still on the cusp of it, so people are kind of slow to respond. And so there's actually a booth that is selling Fire Nation food. And this one specifically, when you get to the front, is actually serving, and I looked this up, at least on the Avatar Wiki. It says this is a Fire Nation dish. Loco Moco.
That's great. Sorry.
I thought you'd like that.
I do like that a lot. Oh, they got Loco Moco here.
And it's great, too, because Fire Nation Loco Moco, like the gravy is like hot as can be. Like it's like spicy gravy.
So basically like curry on top of that.
It's like a curry, basically, yeah.
We're going to try that now. Anyways, yeah, you ever seen this before?
Nope, I've never been to the Fire Nation.
Fair. Well, technically neither have I, but it's a very like, comforting dish. I guess I should warn you, it's probably spicier than. Well, no, you're from the Foggy Swamp. They have spicy food there. It's not as spicy as Fireflakes, but it's real good little dish. Mm-hmm. Oh wait, I don't know if they have a version without meat.
It is a first time for everything.
You want to try meat?
We'll try meat. Yeah, why not?
All right. You don't have to.
I know you're not making me. It's just. When am I ever going to get a chance to do something like this? I mean, I'm probably going to get a chance to eat meat. That is true. But I mean, like here at this festival, in the middle of nowhere, it's really cold.
It is very cold.
Use something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, it'll be good. It'll warm us up. It's really comforting dish.
Okay, comforting. How? Comforting for you, or like, is it comforting?
I guess it might be like nostalgic. I guess. Probably, but I mean, it's also just kind of like a savory dish without. It's very like soft and delicious. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
These plates are handed to the two of you. For those of you who don't know what Loco Moco is, Nick, I feel like you would love to explain.
I would love to explain. So Loco Moco is a bed of rice, and then you have a hamburger patty, essentially, and then you have an egg, and then you pour gravy over the whole thing. In this case, the gravy is spicy, more like a curry probably, but in traditional Hawaiian Loco Moco, it is just a very savory gravy.
So good. I almost feel like it's got that almost like Japanese curry consistency. Like Hawaiian gravy and Japanese curry have like really similar textures, so it's probably like a lot like that. And obviously, the burger is not just cow; it's actually ostrich buffalo.
Didn't that gang ride those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had
kind of a victory, huh?
Yeah.
Take that.
Full circle. I don't think I've ever had it with ostrich buffalo meat, but yeah, I don't know if you've ever had eggs before, but I mean, yeah, if the meat isn't doing it for you, you can just have the egg and gravy and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So I start mixing it around and I ask, so what makes this so nostalgic for you?
Well, I don't know. I remember eating it a lot, long time ago. I haven't had it in a while, actually. I mean, like, I make it for myself occasionally, and I used to make it for myself back at my dad's place. But and he just kind of like looks at the food for a bit, and I don't remember anything that would make it important to me. Whenever I made it for myself there, it also comforted me, but I don't really have a reason why. Maybe I forgot. Sorry if that's not a very good answer.
No, it's just an answer. It's honest. Just wondering what it is that you like so much about this.
Well, it also tastes good. I mean,
yeah, exactly. So does it need to have a reason to comfort you? Probably not. So I take my first bite.
I am watching, just like not even blinking, like.
Yeah, and I'm like, it is spicy. I can taste the spice. Mm-hmm. Foggy Swamp, we have a lot of spice too, because the plants sometimes they don't taste really that good, so we just put a type of hot sauce on everything, call it a day.
Fair.
So this is actually really good, and this is in fact the first time I've ever eaten meat, and I don't hate it.
Okay, all right.
I don't hate it at all.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So Osa kept this stuff in his pockets.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was dried, so it's okay. It's a very different experience.
Okay.
Yeah, if you leave it out in the sun, right, the meat, and it doesn't go bad, but it dries out, you can eat it later, like much later.
That's a big if, right? If it doesn't go bad.
Well, people are pretty good at it. They can usually.
Okay. That's interesting.
You can also smoke it, I guess. Which is like you put it over a fire, but not close enough to cook it.
You can smoke. Okay. All right. So then she looks around and goes, show me where they smoke things, like meat.
All right, we'll try to find smoked meat stand.
You go off and start looking for, other things to try and eat. And I want to see what Osa's doing, but just so you all know, I've got a list right here of a bunch of different cuisines from all around the Four Nations. So I am locked and loaded.
So exciting.
Osa, you are going back to the central customer area where contestants sign up and whatnot, and the woman who talked to you originally is there. You're back.
Yeah, I want to compete.
Okay. Well, generally, so you can do one of two things, or both things. So some people will just set up booths and sell their food, and then some people just get entered in the contest, and you have to write down what dish you're making here, and we'll have a time slot for the judges to try it. Or you could do both.
I just want to enter my dish. I don't really have the means to make a booth.
Okay. She passes a sign-up sheet, and just write your name and what you're planning to make, and we will give you a time that the judges will come and try it.
All right. Osa writes his name, and next to it he writes salad.
Salad? I don't think I've ever had salad before. What is that?
It's called salad. It's a common Air Nation meal. I'm gonna do kind of a little spin on it, but
like
it's
seaweed.
Gonna be good. There's no seaweed in this, but it's similar. Yeah. And is there somewhere where I
can't picture that.
Is there somewhere I can gather ingredients? Since I didn't bring anything.
Yes, we do. We've got a very large pantry down this way, and she gives you a little map and points to this area where there's a pantry for the contestants to get their dishes ready and whatnot.
Yeah, Osa goes there and starts whipping up a salad. Do you want me to go through all of the?
You get there. Please, actually, no. I was gonna say you actually you start walking up to this giant pantry and cooking area, and you can actually hear there's a huge ruckus. It's just you can hear shouting, and as you get closer, you can start seeing that there are two people on opposite sides of the street just chucking food at each other, and it is starting to get a little rowdy as it looks like other people are going to start throwing food as well. And we will see you next week to see how this gets resolved.
Oh, that's so fun.
Is this going to be a food fight?
Can Osa stop a giant food fight?
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Does
or will
Osa
he
want to
partake?
stop a giant food
Or will
fight?
he partake?
Yeah, he's gonna win.
He's just gonna stand in the middle with his mouth open, turning each one.
Victory.
Wow. Fun stuff. I'm glad we're jumping into it. We're doing some fun Avasar stuff. Steve, you got any words for our listeners?
Yeah, so we're having an illegal amount of fun making these stories. If you love what we're doing, consider throwing a few bucks our way. For example, for $5 a month, literally the cost of a pack of command strips for hanging pictures and such, you can help us get to our next goal, and you'll know that you're helping the show. Patreon link is in the show notes. But hey, if that's not something you can do right now, that's all right. We love reviews. We need reviews. Please bother people who don't even listen to the show and tell them to give us positive reviews on the podcatcher of their choice. And it really helps us spread the word. So thanks.
Awesome. Well, yeah, we love telling the story. We love hanging out with each other. We love hanging out with all of you. So from all of us, this was the Flying Bison Podcast, and we hope you enjoyed flying across the 4 nations with us. I'm going to go make some Loco Moco now. Bye.
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 See ya.
Feed me.
The Flying Bison Podcast is an independent podcast. If you feel like directly supporting the show, please check out our Patreon. While the Flying Bison Podcast seeks to emulate the tone of Avatar: The Last Airbender, this is an improv tabletop role-playing game, and the actors may briefly depict scenes with more mature story elements. Avatar Legends is developed and produced by Magpie Games. The worlds of Avatar: The Last Airbender and Avatar: The Legend of Korra are property of Viacom CBS. Intro music is Dizu by Sendai, and outro music is Tokyo Funk by LATG Music. Logo and art by Cate and Matthew Mahnke. You can find more of their work at pomakin.com. Link in the show notes.